America also, in their annual report to the SEC, did say that as well, cryptocurrency is a risk to their business model. In JP Morgan's actual report, it says that in JP Morgan Chase's annual report released last Tuesday afternoon, the bank counted cryptocurrencies such as Bitcoin and Ethereum, they also mentioned, as risk factors to its business for the first time, recognizing the digital currencies as new forms of competition that could, quite literally, give the bank a run for its money.
Right, so that cuts into their primary business, which fees. I alluded earlier to Jamie Dimon nickel and diming people to death. You know, they just charge fees on everything, overdraft fees and late fees and this fee and ATM fees. You know, they charge you to take money out of your own account with an ATM card. You know, charge you $3 to take out $50 out of your own account. That's obviously a predatory behavior. So Bitcoin eliminates all that. So all that free money they get every single day by being out of control, pernicious, ugly, tapeworm-like parasites is going to be disintermediated by Bitcoin. And now they have to admit that to their shareholders or face shareholder lawsuits. In other words, Jamie Dimon doesn't want to have to go in front of an arbitration panel and explain why, after talking about Bitcoin so much, he wasn't aware of the fact that their business model is now being disrupted. So he's being forced to come to the table, as the entire industry will be forced, as Warren Buffett will be forced to come to the table. He's a big shareholder in Wells Fargo Bank. He will also have to capitulate. So will Charlie Munger.
By the way, speaking of the SEC.
So this is one of the main reasons why I invest in cryptocurrency. I'm looking forward to maybe 5 years, 10 years, a future where banking fees are very minimal, and that, you know, interest rates, you know, money you leave in a bank is going to pay much higher than whatever spread the bank is making. And there's no pressure, at least for the longest time, because we've allowed, you know, banking monopolies and banking cartels to basically dominate our banking market, especially after the 2008 crash where they were too big to fail, so let's give them money to buy out other banks so they become bigger. All of this has been terrible for competition and terrible for the consumer, us. But now with this emerging technology, it's great to see them acknowledge, and it's awesome to see Max Keiser bring light to this, that, you know, it's over. It's gonna have to change. It's gonna have to become more efficient, and they're gonna have to stop ripping us off. So once again, this is just a reoccurring theme, and I want my audience to know that if you do decide to invest in crypto, and like I said, this is kind of still not developed yet. There's still, you know, pretty large fees. You know, the Bitcoin fees have come down recently due to the adoption of the Sedgwick network. But, you know, we're not far away where, you know, the technology will be available where, you know, you can have ATM cards, you can have all these banking privileges, and because crypto allows a lot more competitors to enter the market, it's going to be much more efficient. And, you know, one analogy I can use for this is Robinhood. If you haven't had a chance, check it out. I have a link on the bottom. But Robinhood is also kind of like cryptocurrencies disrupting the market, because they're forcing, you know, big banks like Charles Schwab and you know, E-Trade that charge like $6-7 fees to now either reduce their fees or follow the Robinhood model of charging 0 fees. And there's other ways to make money. You know, if people say, well, how do they make money? Banks can figure out ways. You know, they're still lending. They still have money that they're sitting on. There's ways that, you know, their billion-dollar profit might have to go down to like a couple $100 million profit. But technology is supposed to make everything more efficient, and if that's true, then that means we, the consumer, should be paying way less in fees, and the banks can find a better way to run their business and not nickel and dime us, like Max Keiser brings up. But let me know your guys' thoughts. I'm really interested about this topic and how it relates to cryptocurrency. So give me your opinions. If you do have a chance, please subscribe to the channel, and I'll be sharing more information. So let me know, and I will talk to you guys soon.